हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल इंजीनियरिंग मैथ्स तड़का। आज के लेक्चर में टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टाइप 3 का प्रॉब्लम्स कवर करेंगे। टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टाइप 3 इज बेस्ड ऑन सैम्पल्स नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट। लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टाइप 1, टाइप 2 एंड टाइप 3 प्रॉब्लम्स। टाइप 1 प्रॉब्लम्स आर बेस्ड ऑन सिंगल मीन। टेस्ट स्टैटिस्टिक का फॉर्मूला क्या यूज किया है? x बार माइनस म्यू अपॉन s बाई रूट n माइनस 1। नल हाइपोथेसिस h नॉट कैसे लिखा है? पॉपुलेशन मीन का वैल्यू जो दिया रहता है वो आपको यहाँ पे लिखना है, म्यू इज इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट। टाइप 2 क्या है? टाइप 2 आर बेस्ड ऑन प्रॉब्लम्स बेस्ड ऑन डिफरेंस बिटवीन मीन्स। टेस्ट स्टैटिस्टिक का फॉर्मूला क्या सीखा है? t is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar upon standard error. What is standard error? sp root 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. Whenever population standard deviation sigma is not given, then we will be using the formula square root of n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square upon n1 plus n2 minus 2. Null hypothesis h naught कैसे लिखना है? mu1 is equal to mu2. टाइप 3 का प्रॉब्लम्स आर बेस्ड ऑन सैम्पल्स नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट। व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम दिस सैम्पल्स नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट? पॉपुलेशन मीन म्यू विल बी ऑलवेज इक्वल टू 0. देयरफॉर टेस्ट स्टैटिस्टिक t कैन बी रिटन एज x बार अपॉन s बाई रूट n माइनस 1. नल हाइपोथेसिस कैसे लिखना है? h नॉट म्यू इज इक्वल टू 0. पॉपुलेशन मीन दिया नहीं रहता है, इसके लिए पॉपुलेशन मीन म्यू के जगह आप 0 पुट कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, सो लेट अस कवर सम यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेडेड सम्स स्टूडेंट्स। कंसिडर द फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल. A certain drug administered to 12 patients resulted in the following change in their blood pressure. The values are given here: 5, 2, 8, minus 1, 3, 0, 6, minus 2, 1, 5, 0 and 4. 12 observations are given. Latest question, December 2022, this particular question has been asked. Can we conclude that the drug increases the blood pressure? This is what is the given question. Now, first step is you will be writing the given values, that is observations 12 दिया है, xi के जगह आपको put करना है 5, 2, 8, minus 1, 3, 0, 6, minus 2, 1, 5, 0 and 4 you have written here. Then you have to find out di. Di क्या है? xi minus a. A is nothing but any arbitrary value which you can select from xi. Here I have selected the value as 3. Therefore, di can be calculated as xi minus 3. Okay. So 5 minus 3 will give you 2. 2 minus 3 minus 1. 8 minus 3 is 5 and so on you have calculated. इसको ऐड करने के बाद समेशन di का वैल्यू आपको आना है -5. ओके, देन di स्क्वायर कैसे निकालना है? 2 square minus 1 the whole square, 5 square and so on. di square का वैल्यूज लिखने के बाद टोटल करना है और समेशन di square का वैल्यू आया है 107. ओके, नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ x बार. x बार का फॉर्मूला क्या दिया है? x बार इज इक्वल टू a प्लस समेशन di अपॉन n. दिस कैन बी रिटन एज a का वैल्यू कितना लिया है? 3. देयरफॉर इट विल बी 3 प्लस समेशन di का वैल्यू -5 है, so 3 plus -5 upon 12 you will be getting the value as 2.58. After this what should be the next step? Sum of the squares of the deviations का वैल्यू आपको कैलकुलेट करना है, which is nothing but summation xi minus x bar the whole square. What is the formula which we have studied, students? Summation di square minus summation di the whole square upon n. Summation di square का वैल्यू कितना आया है? 107 माइनस summation di का वैल्यू है -5. therefore summation di square will become 25 upon n का वैल्यू है 12. After simplifying, you will be getting the value as 104.9. Now write the formula for sample variance. What is sample variance? It is denoted by S square, which is equal to summation xi minus x bar the whole square upon n. This is nothing but 104.9 upon 12, which you will be getting 8.742. Find out the value of sample standard deviation, which is denoted by S, which is 2.96. Now, the first step for testing hypothesis is what? Null hypothesis, which is denoted by H naught. H naught क्या लिखना है? Samples not independent में you have to write mu is equal to 0. What is mu? Population mean value is denoted by mu, which is not given. Therefore, you will be writing it as mu is equal to 0. Okay? In this particular example, mu is equal to 0 का meaning क्या होता है? There is no increase in blood pressure. Okay? Alternative hypothesis लिखना है. Next step is to write alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is denoted by say H1. H1 कैसे लिखोगे? Mu is greater than 0. Why we are writing greater than sign here, students? Because in the given problem, it is clearly asked, can we conclude that the drug increases the blood pressure? Increases का term use किया है, therefore greater than sign आपको लिखना है यहाँ पे. After writing the greater than sign, what do you identify? We will be using one-tailed test. You have to write one-tailed test is used. What is the difference between two-tailed and one-tailed, students? In two-tailed test, alpha remains as it is. But in one-tailed test, alpha becomes 2 alpha. Since alpha is not given, let us consider alpha as 5%. Since we are using one-tailed test, alpha becomes 2 alpha. Therefore, alpha is equal to 2 alpha, which is 10%. How do you write the table value? T at 0.1. Degrees of freedom कितना है? What is the formula given for degrees of freedom? N minus 1, which is nothing but 12 minus 1, 11 degrees of freedom. T at 0.1, 11 degrees of freedom, it is 1.796 you will be getting. Now, step number 4, what it is? T is equal to x bar upon s by root n minus 1. This is nothing but after substituting the value of x bar, s and n, you will be getting the answer as 2.89. Okay? The final step, which is nothing but conclusion, you will be writing it as mod t. Since mod t is equal to 2.89, which is greater than t alpha 1.796. What we have to do, students? We are going to reject the null hypothesis H naught and we conclude that there is increase in blood pressure. Increase in blood pressure मतलब क्या है? The drug which has been given for the patients need to be changed. Okay, so all realistic examples will be used here. Let us take one more university graded sum, which is asked in the year December 2023. Let us understand the given sum first, students. The following data represent the marks obtained by 12 students in 2 tests, one held before coaching and the other after coaching. टेस्ट 1 का मार्क्स दिया है और टेस्ट 2 का मार्क्स भी दिया है. Question is asked as, do the data indicate that the coaching was effective in improving the performance of the students? Okay, similar type of sum. The only difference is test 1, test 2 दोनों का difference लेना है. Then you will be getting the values of say xi. xi values कैसे निकालना है? 63 minus 55, which will give you what? 8. Similarly, 70 minus 60, you will be getting the value as 10. 70 minus 65, you will be getting the value as 5, and so on you have to write. Okay, so let us quickly write the values. 8, 10, the next value will be 5, 6, 5, 4. Simultaneously आप भी solve कर सकते हैं. 4, 3, 8, minus 3, minus 1, 9, and 8 you will be getting. Okay. The next one is DI. DI का formula क्या है? XI minus A. A is nothing but any arbitrary constant which value which you can consider from XI. Okay. So I am selecting the value 4 here. So XI minus 4 मैं लिखूंगी DI के जगह. Okay, DI is equal to XI minus 4. What the values should be? 8 minus 4 will give you 4. 10 minus 4 will give you 6. Similarly, 1, 2, 1. 4 minus 4 is nothing but 0. Then you will be getting minus 1, 4, minus 7, minus 5, 5, and the last value is nothing but 4. Okay. So what is summation DI? सारे वैल्यूज ऐड करने के बाद आपका टोटल आता है 14. Similarly, next step should be DI square. What is DI square? 4 square, which is 16, 6 square 36, 1, 4, 1, 0, 1, 16, 49, 25, 25, 16 you will be getting. DI square का values add करने के बाद आपको total आता है 190. Okay. Next you write what are the values which we have considered. A का value कितना लिया है? 4. Similarly, what is N? N is nothing but the data of 12 students we have considered. So let us write the value of N as 12. What is the value of summation DI, which is nothing but 14. Summation DI square, the value which we got is 190. The next step is find out the value of x bar. X bar, how do you find? A plus summation DI upon N is the formula. A is nothing but 4, summation DI is 14, N is nothing but 12. After simplifying, you will be getting the value as 5.167. Okay. Now the next step is to find out the value of S square. S square निकालने के लिए sum of the squares of the deviations formula आपको लिखना है. Summation xi minus x bar the whole square. What is the formula which we have studied? Summation di square minus summation di the whole square upon n. Okay. Formulas अच्छे तरह से समझ के आपको याद रखना है. This is nothing but 190 minus, you got the value as 14 the whole square upon 12. After simplifying, you should get the value as 173.67. Now what is the formula given for S square? S square is nothing but summation xi minus x bar the whole square upon n, which is nothing but 173.67 upon 12. 14.47 you will be getting. So what is the value of S? S you will be getting as 3.8039. Now write the testing of hypothesis steps. कितने steps हमने सीखा है? 5 steps. पहला step क्या है? Null hypothesis लिखना है. Samples not independent. How do we write null hypothesis? You have to write it as H naught mu is equal to 0. Second step is write the alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is denoted by H1. H1 के जगह क्या लिखना है? Mu greater than 0 you will be writing. Okay. So next, if we are writing mu greater than 0, कैसे लिखा है हमने? Because in the given problem, it is clearly mentioned that whether there is improvement in the coaching or not. Since the term improvement is used, we will be writing greater than sign here. Okay. So what is the third step? After writing alternative hypothesis, we will know whether we are using one-tailed test or two-tailed test. Greater than sign use किया है, इसके लिए one-tailed test is used, you will be writing. Okay, so if we are using one-tailed test, then what will happen? अल्फा का वैल्यू अगर 5% हम कंसिडर करते हैं तो अल्फा का वैल्यू कितना होना चाहिए? 10%, because in one-tailed test अल्फा becomes 2 अल्फा. Okay, so t अल्फा का वैल्यू कैसे निकालना है? t at 0.1, degrees of freedom n minus 1, which is nothing but 11. The value is 1.796 you will be getting. Okay, now after this, what is the next step? You will have to find out the test statistic which is denoted by t. What is t, students? X bar upon s by root n minus 1. This is nothing but 5.167 upon, what is the value of s we got? 3.8039 upon root n minus 1 will give you root 11. After finding out, you will be getting the value as 4.50. Okay. What is the final step? Conclusion. What is the conclusion which we are going to write here? You will be writing, since mod t is equal to 4.50, we need to compare modulus of t with the table value. Table value kitna hai? T11, we got the value as 1.796. Mod t is greater than t alpha. We are going to reject the null hypothesis H0. You can write it as null hypothesis H0 is rejected. And we can write, we conclude that the coaching was effective. Okay, since we are rejecting the null hypothesis क्या लिखा है? Coaching is not effective, we have written, that is mu is equal to 0. Since we are rejecting the null hypothesis, we need to write as the coaching was effective in improving the performance of the students. Okay, so this is once again an important topic for the examination point of view, students. टाइप 1, टाइप 2, टाइप 3, तीनों टाइप में से एक टाइप का प्रॉब्लम आपको एग्जाम में आने वाला है. मोस्टली इट विल बी फ्रॉम टाइप 1 एंड टाइप 3, बट टाइप 2 भी आप एक बार रिफर करके जाइए. जो भी प्रॉब्लम आता है इजी वे में आपको सॉल्व करने के लिए होना चाहिए. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स.